a new day a-coming. Everybody gonna be free. A better day for you and me. Everybody gonna be free. Everybody gonna be free, yeah.
This is KBCI.blogspot.com. I'm George Boston Rhymes in Valdosta, Georgia. Once again, you know there's a lot of controversy about Kendrick Johnson and the movement. While we don't want to talk about black and white issues, we don't want to talk about race, but here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia, I must say that it is what it is. Now, while sitting here at a restaurant, I received a phone call. I heard about this yesterday, but I didn't have what Paul Harvey called the rest of the story. And you know me, I want you all to have the rest of the story because you deserve to know the rest of the story. Now yesterday, I'm not gonna get into my problem because you already know. The sheriff department told me that I had been issued 2 weeks ago a trespass warrant and not to be on any part of Lowndes County school property. I have violated no law. I have not abused any child. I have not burglarized any building. I'm not a thief. I'm a retired military veteran that put over 20 years in the United States Armed Forces. Now, why are you here, George? Why are you standing in front or behind this black automobile? That's very interesting. Come here, my beautiful brother. This is what we intend to do in coming months. We are going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that something is seriously wrong here in Valdosta, Georgia. Now you tell me what happened. You telling me that the Lowndes County Sheriff's deputy said something to you yesterday? What did they say to you yesterday?
Well, when I pulled in, as I was pulling in, it was one stand at the front gate.
All right, when you was pulling into the Lowndes County High School, the graduation ceremony that I was denied and banned from, I couldn't even attend that. That's what you're talking about, right?
Right.
Okay, did you have a shirt on with Kendrick Johnson like this? All right, what else did you have?
This sign.
Oh, you was holding the sign up?
No,
It was in the car. Where about in the car? Just laying in the seat or in the glass? You had it laying right there. All right, then what happened? All right, but what happened?
When I pulled in, one at the front gate.
You talk a little louder, we want everybody here.
When I pulled in, the one at the front gate, he called on the radio. So as I pulled in and got to the back of the car, as soon as I parked,
Another deputy. Okay, talk to him, go ahead.
Ran up to the car. Like, as I'm getting out of the car, he walking towards the car. And he like, sir, come here. So I'm like, what's going on? So he was like, what's your name? I was like, why? I did something wrong?
Yes, sir.
So he was like, I just, what's your name? So I was like, I told him his name. So he was like, that sign in the window, you got to take it down. I was like, the sign in the window.
Okay, you telling me that the sign that you have in the window, which everybody have been seeing about...
No, not that one.
Not that one. This one. This is the one. Okay.
It was folded on the dashboard.
Okay.
On the front dashboard.
Okay.
Not blocking no views or nothing.
Okay.
It was folded in the dashboard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So he like, you got to take the sign down.
Okay.
Out the window.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, now I said no problem. I said no more the graduation sign.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I pulled it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you can't take that in.
Okay. Now you're saying that. Well, hold on a minute. Hold us out now. It says what it says. Congrats, Mark. Justice for KJ. That's what you had.
Right.
Okay. Did anybody else have any other signs in there for graduates? A lot of signs was in there. Okay, so you think that you had a right to have this sign, what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you were denied the right, I guess, kind of like me, not to have this sign in there.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, my brother.
Okay, so I was like, huh? She was like, you can't take that sign in there. So I was like, okay, no problem. So I was grabbing the rest of the stuff. As I'm grabbing the rest of the stuff, he walking around the car with his little notepad out. He look at the sign, he's like, you gotta remove that.
Okay, all right, now, so you're saying that he wanted you to move the sign from the front of the car,
Yeah.
then he was telling you to move this sign. Why did he say you had to move this sign?
It's not permitted.
It was not permitted. Wait now. What I want to ask you, I want to make it clear. Did he say that it was not permitted because it was blocking your view as a driver, or was it not permitted because you was on Lowndes County school property? What do you think it was?
No, it ain't what I think it was. Exactly what he said.
Okay, what did he say?
It wasn't permitted on the property.
That sign was not permitted on the property.
That's what he said.
Okay.
So I'm like, huh? What you mean? So he was like, look, I'm just doing what I was told. I say, don't blow it. So I said, okay, all right. We walked off. I was acting like I was taking down, but I didn't take it down.
Yes, sir.
Came back.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go there and say, I'm not going to ask you again.
I'm not going to ask you again what he said, okay?
Yeah.
What was his attitude? He was more direct, probably, right?
He was straight up direct.
Straight up.
I ain't going to say he was disrespectful.
Right, absolutely.
You know
but he was direct. He let you knew that he undoubtedly he had gotten his orders from somebody as an officer. That's why I didn't blame the officer with me. I knew that he had gotten his orders from somewhere. I found out that the school superintendent, Wes Taylor, was the one that apparently have given me some type of restrictive ban from going on any county property. I guess it's kind of like the old slave-like plantation type mentality. In other words, there was an 1860 charter that was on Valdosta City Hall, the second floor, article, paragraph 100, section 11, that said, and it was up until 2004, it said that the mayor and council shall pass all proper and necessary laws and ordinances for the control of slaves and free persons of color, and to control, suppress, and abate all nuisances arising from hogs, dogs, horses, and other animals. I asked the mayor, former mayor John Freddy, to remove it, and the council members, and they reluctantly, and I do mean reluctantly, took it down to locations unknown. And so once again, my rights were violated. I called the Justice League. I also called C.B. King, the attorney out of Albany, told me, gave me some instructions, and I'm going to follow those instructions. I've also let the Justice Department know about it, and I think that you all may need to let C.B. King as well know about your situation, or some attorney. In Valdosta, we know that this is nothing new. We know that this has been going on for just too long, and it's time now for people here in Valdosta and South Georgia in general to get some type of normal lifestyle as other people in the state of Georgia and the United States of America. Anything else you want to say?
Not really. It's just, yeah. I was explaining the situation to a relative on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And doing so, I'm not going to say her name, but a young lady was walking. You know what I'm saying? She overheard my conversation. And she was like, man, that ain't surprising. She said, I'm going to tell you straight up, the name, KJ Johnson, KJ, man, that's like banned from around here. I said, what you mean banned? She was like, man, certain classrooms, man, if you say the name KJ Johnson, KJ, you get in trouble. She say, I know somebody, you know what I'm saying, people, they were sitting there, phone went off, and they were playing the song, We Want Answers. You know what I'm saying? With KJ Johnson name. And got wrote up, and the write-up said, student was in class, phone went off playing the KJ Johnson song. They tried to give it to their
Did she get it?
What is OSS? I don't know. I don't know.
We need to find her. Listen, everybody that get a copy of this on YouTube, number one, if you have information concerning Mr. KJ and what happened at Lowndes County High School, people need to know about it. If you were mistreated, if you was praised and given warm fuzzies by any member of law enforcement, we need to know that as well. There is something that must happen here in Valdosta and Lowndes County. We must know. Please understand this, my beautiful brothers. I'm not wasting my time. I don't get paid for this. But I put my life on the line. Could have been killed in Vietnam, in Kuwait, in Iraq, in these war-torn areas. And I must stand up for my children, my grandchildren, my neighbor across the street. And don't fool yourself now. Don't fool yourself. If your pastor, your bishop, if your imam in Islam, or if your rabbi in Judaism will not stand up for the principles of what's right, what good are they to us? We all want to go to heaven. But before we get to heaven, my friends, we need jobs. We need to get some of these contracts. We need HUD to respect Section 3 in the poor economic communities. John Robinson and myself have gone to the HUD office in Atlanta 3 times, and you can't tell me that it all ain't intertwined together. John Robinson said on the next video that there got to be change here from the good old boy system to include all of us. Now, yes, I don't want to get into let me stick with this because y'all know me. Now, you didn't have nothing you want to say, sister? Now we have somebody else over here, and she was the one who spearheaded this, but we're not going to say nothing to him. We may be saving hers for a greater punchline at a later date. So my beautiful brother, what's your name?
My name is Jack.
Jay?
Jack.
Jack? Jack, appreciate you, man. I see you wearing a shirt. Why you wear that shirt, by the way, man?
Oh, I got to keep going. I'll always represent.
You're always going to represent. Thank you very much. Once again, this is George Buster Rhymes here in Valdosta, Georgia. When Bobby Worthy, who is the president and CEO of Justice League United out of Blackshear, Georgia, he just called me, told me that they're about their situation. And I got it on YouTube. And by all of my listeners who watch this, I need you to post this on Twitter. In every area that you can get it, post it. We need other people to call the Justice League United. I don't know about the other civil rights organizations outside of the National Action Network, but I do say call Al Sharpton and the Justice League because they have already took a foot and put it down in Lowndes County, and we need more support. Thank you for coming forward. Thank you for your courage, and we're going to continue to do what we do. Tell Bobby Worthy I appreciate what he's doing.
Justice for KJ.
Thank you, Justice for KJ. Thank you, sir. Once again, it's kvci.blogspot.com, George Boston Rhyme, YouTube, Boston G.B.R. It's not about race, y'all. I brought the dolls out, but it's not about race. It's not about black and white. No. It's not about black and white. It's about right. It's about right. And never forget that black people had to fight just to go into the restroom to use a little small strip of toilet tissue. And if we had to fight for that, go to jail, then we sure as heck ought to be able to fight for equal justice under the law in the state of Georgia. Bye-bye, we're gone. blogspot.com. Once again, it's George Boston Rhymes on YouTube. That's Boston G.B.R. I'm here in the city of Valdosta once again, and I just heard some more horror stories about the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. And as you know, we have tried to get local, state, and federal people, including the Department of Justice here, to do something about the continuous deaths and alleged abuse or alleged complaints that we at the NAACP, the SCLC, the brothers, Edward DuBose, who's the state conference president in the state of Georgia of the NAACP, are fully aware of what's going on here in Valdosta, Lowndes County Jail, as well as the SCLC of Mostella, have all been notified through one form or another of what's going on. But I got a call today, and I came to a location. First of all, there was a young lady. I'm not going to talk about her right now. I'm going to do a separate story on her, about her experiences in the Lowndes County Jail last year under Sheriff Prime. And people are saying that little has changed. We know that Judge Hugh Lawson ruled in 1997 with 105 violations in the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. The Justice Department has been notified, but absolutely little to nothing has been changed. We have written the district attorney and the clerk of the court, and nobody will tell us who ensured that court order was ever complied with. And so we have an individual here. He has disguised his voice. He don't want to be on camera, and I don't much blame him, considering what I just been told by 3 or 4 other people who gathered here, called me, wanted to tell their stories. And we understand that there's possible people that's working at the jail want to tell their story to free up their minds. I understand that some people even went to Greenleaf. Some people went to try to get some help because they have trouble in their minds dealing with what they know is going on in that facility. My beautiful individual, tell us a little bit of your experience and what you know. Just tell your story.
Well, I know that in May 8, 2010, a medical inmate was killed. And I know that nothing have been did, and Shirley Lewis ordered the force to be used, and he was throwing like 3,500 votes. And I know the officer involved, Officer Allen, and Officer Surratt. I know the officer was involved. We know that's true. They need to be brought to justice. And I was up there in medical. They know I was, but I'm gonna keep my name where they'll never know. But at this time, I know Shirley Lewis should be brought to justice for it because she ordered that he be removed because they was going to switch the cell. And at medical, they think inmates play with them. They think nothing don't be wrong with you. Come in with medical problems, they're like, nothing ain't wrong with you. And Shirley have a lot to do. Shirley Lewis have a lot to do with it. But I'm gonna keep my name till one day that I know the mayor was there that day when he was killed.
What mayor? What mayor?
Mayor Preda, he was there. And I know that the coroner was there. I can't think his name, but I know that they know that he was murdered. I know that.
Now, you don't want to use the word murder. You'll say died or killed. You don't want to use murder.
Killed.
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
he was killed or died, and I know that they were responsible for what happened to him. And I know I kept hearing them saying that it was like 3,000 some votes. And then I know one officer that her name is Sharon Jason. She's like my brother. And I know she know if somebody questioned her about it, she probably just tell the truth what went on, because she come up there and told him to bless the body once he was dead. They called man Lysay was dead, then they called the coroner. But they moved him out where no inmate went see. And all the nurses and also were crying that like the inmate that was killed. They was crying at that time, and I know that. But they moved me from medical immediately the next day, because I told the inmate, and they said they hear all what was going on. And I didn't see exactly what went on. I just looking under the door when they was using their force. But I know that I heard everything they was saying, and Shirley was crying. Somebody gave her $6 to go to the motel. I don't know, up front. She called somebody and say she need a couple days off. And somebody up front, I don't know, but Montgomery questioned me about a week later. That I tell another inmate that he knows something about some killing. And I told him no, because I was scared. I feared for my life.
You were afraid for your life?
Yeah.
Are you afraid for your life now?
Yeah, I'm afraid for my life, yeah. Why they got so much power? They been doing stuff. I done been choked before. Nine is out there.
Do you know about this court order here that was filed back in '97, and Dorothea Patterson was the lead plaintiff, and Judge Lawson found 105 violations. And
I don't know about 1988.
But this is the same one.
Yeah.
This 88 stems off of 89.
I was in prison during that time. I understand that. I know when they filed it. And they all a lot of stuff. They never went by the rules. They never did. They don't think about it.
Do you believe that there's that anything will ever change out there?
No, because what it is, they got too much power. They got power.
They probably beyond the Justice Department.
Yeah. No, the Justice Department is just, they getting away. And one reason I say they getting away because of district judge, I think they're all of them in together or something.
You think they're all in together?
Yeah, I do.
But do you think that's correct under our form of government? Do you think that it should be that way?
The governor of Georgia don't got nothing to do with them, because when people come in, they shut them down. They make it look like the inmate might be bad. You know, they get away. And I like Shirley. She got too much power as a nurse.
Well, Shirley is often mentioned on the Courts of Fear video back in '97. And so she got to be doing a good job, because she's been there a long time. I don't know.
No, why? Because they want somebody like her there. They want somebody that go along they work.
Now, let me ask you another question. Do you know you could be sued if what you're saying is lies? You can't just go making statements against anybody like that unless you know what you're talking about.
Sure, let me tell you something.
What?
One of my girlfriends back in '97, I had what you call a stomach testing thing. And my girlfriend brought my medicine out there. I had to get in touch with Calmona for me to get it. The medicine was $700. And Shirley wouldn't even let me get it. I had to get in touch with Calmona when he was the Calm out there. And he made her give me my medal. She wouldn't even give it to me. It was in the '90s. So I know about them.
Okay, all right. Well, you want to tell your story? I'm not going to even get into the medical situation you told me about to relieve your mind. You didn't talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it either. But you did have to do something because you were worrying about what you witnessed, and you want something done about it. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to close this out. Anything else you want to say before we close?
No, I just bring them to justice for that murder. They ain't no just no natural death. They can say what they want to say.
You know different, huh?
Yeah.
And give me that date again. What date you say you think it was?
May 8, 2010.
Now, you think, was it 8th or 9th or 10th or 7th? What day was it?
8.
You sure about that?
2010.
May 8, 2010.
2010.
What about the Valdosta time? Was it ever reported?
No, never reported.
No news, no television.
And I went to the mental health clinic because I couldn't rest at night because of what went on. I ain't even rest when I was in there. I was scared to even deal with them.
All right, well, To everybody who listens to this clip, I want to say to you all, this is what Reverend Floyd Rose of the SCLC, Lee Touchton, NAACP, state presidents, Edward DuBose, this is what we have been trying to bring to the Justice Department attention. We know that the Justice Department have told us over and over again that they are concerned about what goes on in the United States of America. We know that the Justice Department has said that they wanted information. We know that the Justice Department has a copy of the Chorus of Fear, and we know they have the names of the approximate 30 deaths that have taken place since 1997 to 1994. It is also well known here in South Georgia as well as Atlanta that we are now unable to know exactly how many deaths have taken place in the Lowndes County Jail since 2009 to the present, because they are no longer under the Georgia Open Records law, and there's nothing we can do about it. And the citizens of Valdosta, Lowndes County, the state of Georgia, and the United States of America do not have a need to know, and they don't have a right to know. And so here behind closed doors, we're like a people that are deaf, dumb, and blind to the times and unable to make intelligent decisions based on information that should be available to all citizens in the United States of America as we believe it. But then again, I guess, like my brother say, Lowndes County and Valdosta is too big. But what I don't understand is how did Mayor John Freddy come to the jail and it wasn't reported in the newspaper. But I guess I just have to leave that alone. Maybe the Justice Department or maybe some other person can deal with that. I just talked to Brother Rose about this. I talked to Touchton earlier when I got this call about the day. And so we hoping that somebody in the United States of America will do for the American citizens what they would do if this was told in Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, or some other little small third world communist station. Until next time, this is George Boston, rising in the city of Valdosta, doing what we do from a secret location among secret people who we will never identify until somebody comes in with the voice. We got the records, we got the documentation, we have taken names, and we're going to make a secret record, not a secret record, but we will have an archival record of what they gave us, because you have a right to know. If our local South Georgia news media will not report these type of stories, we want to get it done, because I put my life on the line for over 20 years for people, foreigners, that I did not know. And I sure as hell ought to be willing to put my life on the line for the people that I do know, including my own children. Peace be unto you. Bye-bye. We gone. Today is another day. Not knowing that a warrant had been issued or banning me from Lowndes County High School here in the state of Georgia and in the United States of America. I have never violated any law here in Valdosta and Lowndes County that is recorded in record that I am aware of. And so I called the Justice League, Bobby Worthy, to inform him of what has happened. This is a continuous practice. This is about the 4th time that I've had problem with law enforcement. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department under Sheriff Prime. We must make documentation that I, George Boston Rhymes, have violated no law in Lowndes County. Yet I have been issued a warrant not to go on Lowndes County tax-paying property, wherein there was a public meeting this morning, I was told, that there was a Board of Education meeting on this area. The old field house, in the old field house. So I believe there's a great possibility that my constitutional rights have been denied. Again, I did not violate any law, yet they say that a warrant have been issued banning me from any area of Lowndes County High School. If I had a relative, which I do have some people that graduate today, I can't even go to the graduation to little Terry because I have been banned from the school by a warrant that I knew absolutely nothing about. Thank God I didn't go to this graduation. because I would have been arrested according to this deputy right here. Once again, I am George Boston Rhines, and I do hope that C.B. King, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, the Department of Justice, Eric Holder, and others will understand what the people here in South Georgia are going through while they ignore us. If this is happening to me right now, if something happens to me, we...
You know, these are the days and the times. Today is May the 25th, 2013. My granddaughter went to her graduation this morning, and we wanted George Boston Rhines to be there to do the recording. And we come to find out that he was denied access to the premises of the school. We find that very disturbing. It's very disgraceful. Here we are, free people in a free society. And here's a man, because he's standing up for justice here in this city, he's getting discriminated against. He's being retaliated against because of no legitimate reason. And the school board have no right to do what they have done. This is a disgrace. And they should be ashamed of themselves for what they've done. This man haven't violated no law, but yet his rights was violated this morning. And we are sick and tired of it. We need some justice here. And we are crying out to everyone that's in the Justice Department to come down and really take a look at this when the citizens, this is Jim Crow at its best. These are the old laws that they used to work under, and they're still doing it here in Lowndes County. That's all I want. This is all that I want to have to say about this issue and this matter, because it's very, very, very disturbing when we always seem to be victimized and nobody don't want to discuss it, nobody don't want to talk about it, but because he's standing up for some people and trying to help them to come about some justice and equilibrium here in this city, he haven't violated no one's laws. He didn't walk on the grass and kill the grass. He didn't go and run into nobody's car. He haven't excited a riot of anything. This man was just simply denied because they have seen him produce these videos and this kind of thing. He's being retaliated against because he went to Atlanta to sit down with the Justice Department, and this is a form of retaliation. And I stand on his behalf to say this, that we asked him to come out to film our granddaughter this morning at a graduation. And it meant something for us to get this here on film for our family, okay? Because we got architects, engineers, and psychologists from our family. And we needed these moments captured. And they denied not only him, but us as well. I close this out by saying, it's a sad day here. It's a sad day here in Lowndes County. Very, very, very disturbing. And something needs to be done. Thank you so much.
Once again, this is John Robinson. This is kvci.blogspot.com. He asked me to cut this clip once I told him what had happened to me and the history that is developing around this unique person, George Boston Rhines. Thank you, Dr. Robinson, for telling the truth.
Oh, it's facts.
Trespass.